Before you can understand a mountain, you have to climb it. And before you can understand another person, you have to understand where they're standing. Most of our disagreements begin the same way. Not because one person is blind, not because one person is foolish, but because we're looking at the world from different places on the same mountain. Today, I'd like to explore what mountains can teach us about influence, persuasion, and why changing someone's mind is often harder than we imagine. If you move just a little further along the mountain, the view changes. Move to the other side, and the entire landscape looks different. Human conversations work exactly the same way. We often assume the other person sees the world as we do. They don't. They're standing on a different part of the mountain. And understanding this simple fact might be the key to influence, leadership, teaching, psychotherapy, sales, parenting, and even love. Because whether we like it or not, we're all selling ideas. Now, the word selling makes many people uncomfortable because it brings to mind manipulation, pressure, or persuading people to do things they don't want to do. But selling ideas is unavoidable. Teachers sell learning, leaders sell vision, psychotherapists sell hope, parents sell values, entrepreneurs sell possibilities. Every meaningful conversation contains an attempt to influence. The question is not whether we influence others, the question is how. More than 2,000 years ago, Aristotle proposed that persuasion rests on three pillars: ethos, pathos, and logos. Ethos is credibility, pathos is emotion, logos is reason. Most people think they make decisions logically. Research suggests otherwise. We usually feel first and justify later. A trusted friend can convince us of something that we would reject from a stranger. A compelling story can move us more than a spreadsheet full of evidence. Who says something often matters as much as what is being said. Yet logic still matters. If people understand an idea, they cannot adopt it. The most effective communication combines all three: trust, emotion, and reason. But here's where things become complicated. Imagine two people standing on opposite sides of a mountain. Each believes they're seeing reality, and they are, from their position. Developmental psychologist Jean Piaget demonstrated something similar in his famous mountain experiment. Young children struggle to imagine what a person on the other side of a model mountain could see. Adults aren't as different as we might like to think. Most disagreements are not battles between truth and lies. They're collisions between perspectives. We see the world through our experiences, our memories, our fears, our values, and our identities. We don't see reality directly. We see our version of reality. This is why influence is so difficult and manipulation is so tempting. Sometimes people don't try to understand your mountain, they try to pull you onto theirs. Psychologists have long known how powerful social pressure can be. In Solomon Asch's famous conformity experiments, people sometimes denied what they could clearly see simply because everyone else in the group disagreed with them. Think about that. People abandon their own eyes to remain connected to the group. The need to belong can overpower independent judgment. And in its darker forms, influence becomes manipulation. Gaslighting works by making people doubt their own perceptions. The fog rolls in. The mountain is still there, but suddenly you're no longer sure what you're seeing. This raises an important question. If influence can become manipulation, what separates ethical persuasion from unethical persuasion? I think the answer lies in respect for autonomy. Ethical influence helps people think. Manipulation tries to think for them. Ethical influence expands choice. Manipulation narrows it. Ethical influence invites people to climb. Manipulation drags them uphill. The strongest force in human psychology may be the desire for self determination. People want to choose, they want ownership. They want to feel that their decisions are genuinely theirs. There's an old sales saying: nobody likes being sold to, but everybody loves buying. That's true far beyond business. The same principle appears in leadership, parenting, coaching, and psychotherapy. Real change rarely happens when people are forced. It happens when they discover something for themselves, when the insight feels like their own. Former CIA officer Andrew Bustamante describes the difference between perception and perspective. Perception is what I see from my side of the mountain. Perspective is my ability to understand what you see from yours. One is my reality, the other is my capacity to enter yours. And that's where genuine influence begins. Not with speaking, with understanding. The best therapists do this. The best leaders do this. The best teachers do this. They don't immediately tell people what mountain they should climb. They first try to understand where the other person is standing. Only then can a shared path emerge. Because influence is not really about winning, it's about building a shared reality, a place where two people can look toward the same summit, even if they started from different valleys. The goal isn't to force agreement. The goal is to create enough understanding that cooperation becomes possible. Perhaps that's why Benjamin Franklin's famous observation still resonates today. Tell me and I forget, teach me and I may remember, involve me and I learn. People support what they help create. They commit to what they help build. And maybe that's the deepest lesson hidden in the mountain metaphor. Every one of us is climbing a mountain. Every one of us sees only part of the landscape. And every meaningful conversation is an attempt to bridge those different viewpoints. So the next time someone disagrees with you, pause for a moment. Ask yourself, What does the mountain look like from where they're standing? And maybe discover that the shortest path to changing minds isn't convincing people to see your view, it's walking far enough into their valley to understand theirs. And from there, perhaps you can climb together.